Hi, it's Olivia Munn with my shelter pets, Frankie and Chance. Say hi, guys. When I adopted them, I discovered that they both have incredible personalities. Chance's sole purpose in life is to love and to be loved. Frankie is a little bit of a scoundrel and always entertaining. They're a little bit of a lot of things, but they're all pure love. Adopt pure love at theshelterpetproject.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council, the Humane Society of the United States, and Maddie's Fund.
Welcome to the Small Business Network Show. Welcome to Dr. James Small Business Show.
Welcome. Another week, another day. We're on Dr. James McConnell's The Small Business Network. We're here with co-host Mr. Sonny. How you doing, Mr. Sonny?
Hey, all is well. Just want you to know that life is good, life is fine, but every day life is redefined.
That's what I'm talking about. We have co-host Mr. Spencer Bell. How you doing, Mr. Spencer?
Doing great, man. Just hanging in there and learning new things every day, getting inspired every day.
That's what I'm talking about. We have our fashion design expert, Miss Helen Cluess. Miss Cluess, do you have a clue?
Absolutely.
So you do have a clue.
All right now.
How could you doubt it?
That's what I'm talking about.
I've had a great 2 weeks off. I'm ready to roll.
Man, that's what I'm talking about. We have our online expert, Miss Elena Curry. How you doing, Miss Elena?
I'm doing fine, Dr. James. How about yourself? Doing great today.
That's what I'm talking about. For everybody that don't know, Miss Elena Curry is new on the show, and she's going to be, she has an online business just starting. She's brand new. So y'all give her a healthy, warm applause and welcome, please.
Welcome.
Welcome, Elena.
You hear them claps, don't you, Miss Elena?
Hey, we love to welcome you aboard. Look for all your input and insight to take this ship higher.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yes.
And you got to get used to Mr. Sonny because he's going to come up with some nice quotes. He really entertains the crowd because he comes up with some nice quotes.
Yeah, I hear it. Close. He's pretty quick with them too.
That's what
Oh, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I have to be.
That's what I'm talking about. So I guess we're back at, kind of after all the holidays and Thanksgiving and Christmas and New Year's Day. I'm glad everybody's back safe because you know how it is. Sometimes during the holidays, things happen and, you got to kind of handle it. Things going down and things are not as it should be sometimes. And you're trying to get back in front of things. So I think you guys know exactly what that means. So we're glad to be here, and let's get the ship moving. We have our online expert, Miss Elena Curry. Miss Elena, we're going to get into business. So the question I want to ask you is, what's the name of your business?
Well, Dr. James, the name of my business is called Avenger's Bazaar. Bazaar comes basically from the Middle East with
like shops. There's like, like different shops. You sell different stuff in different shops. That's how I come up with the name Bazaar, Bazaar.
Oh, that's nice. Nice.
So, yeah, I'm gonna be selling different products in the store. Right now, I have mugs.
Actually, that was the next question. I want to ask you, what do you sell?
Yeah, actually, right now I have mugs in the store, and I'll be selling. But later on this week, I'll be putting on some T-shirts and maybe some cutting boards and just different stuff. So keep looking out, on the shop for different things. So it's gonna be like a variety of things in the shop.
That's what I'm talking about. So guys, y'all hear her now. She's new in business, just getting started. So y'all are gonna want to check out her website, the place where it is, which that moves on to the next topic, Miss Elena, the website. What's the link for your website, or how do people find you or find your products?
Well, the website is www.etsy.com/shop/Oranges Bazaar. That's ARINZESBAZAAR. Oranges Bazaar.
That's nice. That's nice. So can customers contact you by email or by phone?
By email through the site, through the Etsy site. Just send me a message and I'll reply within a couple hours, or from a couple hours to 24 hours, depending.
Okay. So as far as the email, do you know the email? Could you share it with us?
It's actually not an email. It's just when you go to the site, they have a message button. So you press the message button and just send me a message through the site. Oh,
that's great. But actually, that's pretty easy then. That's even easier. You just go to the website and just click on the message, and it'll pretty much go through. But that sounds good. That sounds really good. That's awesome. So let's slide into longevity here. How long have you been in business now?
Well, actually, as you just said, I'm just starting in business, so I'm just starting at my shop. I was selling on eBay a couple years ago, so I'm not really new to the online business, just new to the Etsy business. So I'm just starting up my Etsy store and trying to get it going right now.
Awesome. That is nice. So what's the goal for your business?
Well, the goal actually for my business is to actually anybody's goal is to scale up your business. When you first started, you want to scale and, and grow it. Like I said, I just have mugs on it right now, but later on I'm putting more products on. So actually I want to scale the business to have more products, a variety of products. And also I encourage people to send me questions or something they want to see in the store. Give me some ideas of what you want to see, and maybe I can offer that as well.
Awesome. So, Mr. Sonny, do you have any advice for Miss Elena as far as starting her new business? What advice would you give her?
Yeah, I would just say just be determined. That's going to go off of some of my topics, but just be determined. Don't look at the start as it's not leading to what you're standing now. Sometimes you got to start out small and whatever to come, and you have to have a quick focus on what you got in business for, and use it every time when downsides do come. Always continue to keep it positive, continue to look up.
That is nice. And so I guess my advice to you, Ms. Curry, is to always stay consistent, because it's a battle, because I know that you have another job and you're doing your business on the side and you're trying to grow it so you can turn it into a full-time business, so you can live from your business. So I'll say even though work can be all day and you could come home and kind of either be tired or not, your job is going to be harder initially, because you're going to have to go work 6, 7, 8, 10, 12 hours, come home and still do something with your business, be it talking to customers or be it just posting more of your items on your site. All those things kind of go with it. And so you have to stay consistent. So I just say, I think that's what you want to focus on. as far as you being a new business. So we're very excited to hear that. Very excited about you starting this business endeavor. So congratulations.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Appreciate all y'all's help and encouragement.
How sweet it is. Well, I know our other co-host, Mr. Spencer. I know he has some questions for Mr. Sonny. So, Mr. Spencer, I'm going to let you take it from here, buddy.
Yeah, what's up, Mr. Sonny? How you been, man?
I'm doing all right, Mr. Spencer.
Cool. Okay, the topic we're going to talk about is alternatives.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And then we have, everybody have alternatives and stuff. The question I have for you is, do we use them, and how do we use them?
Well, the thing is, I say yes, we do use them, but before people decide to use them, I believe that we tend to think of what I just told before. We tend to think of the letdown first. Like, what if it doesn't go as planned? What if my expectations are not met right? I mean, there's an old saying said that Rome wasn't built overnight. So everything, and I do agree with that, the consistency of it, whatnot, of being consistent in everything that you do. Hello?
Yes.
Yes. I say being consistent in what you do, but also I believe that, you should take time to reevaluate, recuperate, and so you continue to regenerate new ideas that come and whatnot. And we can't do those without focus. So that's why I feel that.
Right. Okay, so how can we expect others to respond?
Okay, we can meet. This is what I say. I say we can expect others to respond supportively or opinionated or both. The thing about it is, my dream or my inspiration might not be your dream or your aspiration, Mr. Spencer, about James, everybody in the sound of my voice or whatnot. So what I'm saying is that, you can be supportive or opinionated, but what has ever been put upon your heart to do, start your business or whatnot, you have to keep every avenue open and say, hey, this was given to me so I can encourage someone else, so that's why I say it's going to be on both sides, which is good because, nobody's going to push you like you.
Right, that's real. That's real talk. Cool, man. That's great news, man. Let's get into another topic. Life after a job loss. Can one person bounce back, or can you bounce back from the job loss?
Well, I'll just say it like this. I'll put it in a general term. We all know the term bounce back. When you think about bounce, you think about a ball. And this was given years ago in a sermon that was given. You don't think about no football that bounce back. A football got to be caught for a touchdown. But let me tell you something about a ball. As long as it's not flat. A baseball, a basketball, a tennis ball, you throw that thing on the ground, it's going to bounce back. So, yes, one can bounce back from a job loss. Because you have to understand, I said this yesterday, if you see the method of bowling, the pin that's in front, that bowling ball is going to hit that first pin, and that first pin knocks everything other pin down that's attached to that. So I want you to know that everyone is that first pin. That first pin, and that pin behind you is everything attached to your job or your business or that finance touches everything of them pins behind you. So that's why I say, yes, one can bounce back.
That's awesome, man. Okay, so do we look for a gain?
I say no. And if you do look for gain, that's good because that's going to feed to what I say you do look for. Opportunity. Does nothing come to a hungry man but an appetite or hunger pains. So what I say, you look for opportunity. After a job loss, you can't sit up here and say, well, hey, somebody's going to come this day. No, you look for opportunity because if we look for gain, someone that knocks on the door, or you go to a job and say, hey, I can pay you $10 an hour. Well, I was making 17 in my last job. Well, you're not looking for opportunity. You're looking for gain. You might not get that $17 coming right at the door or whatnot. So you have to look for opportunity. That's why I say no one should look for gain after a job loss. You should look for opportunity and seize the moment to get back to where you were dropped off at.
Right, that'll work, man. That's awesome, man.
Oh,
What
yeah.
you're saying is just, I feel that.
Oh, yes.
Let's get into like another topic. You're talking about opening doors. I have a
Yes.
question. How can you determine an entry, or do you not enter?
Oh, okay. Now here's the thing. Entry, open doors, entry, and not an entry. You have to look at it for the self-benefit or credential benefits. And you got to weigh out which one's best for you. I've had some open doors in my life that I was like, you know what, I shouldn't enter this way. And then I also looked ahead at the credentials. Like I said, I'm 46. I walked into over 50 jobs, in my lifetime thus far. But I might have not been there long enough, but I did leave with the credentials under my belt. I got a notch on my belt for every job that I had. So I'm saying a person should look at the entry, not in the open door and the non-entry. You have to evaluate it. I was young when I made these decisions, but even now, I look at it for self-beneficial or credential. So you have self-benefit or credential benefits. So you have to weigh out the pros and cons of it and evaluate it and utilize it for the best way fitting of your life or one's life.
Right. Got you. Okay. Well, what about, why is it good to keep the doors open, you think, in your opinion?
What was that, man?
Yeah, I was saying that's real good is what you're saying.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Because it also can be connected. It also can be connected with the time of your life and what's going on in that time of your life.
Definitely.
That's true. That's true. Will apply to you.
Oh, yes. So true. That's true. I agree with you on that.
That's very interesting.
Okay.
Oh, that'll work. Okay, so why would it be good to keep the doors open? Did you pretty much explain it?
What I would say, just like I said in the opening, everyday life is redefined. I would say keep the doors open keep the doors open for the moments of redefinition. We look at it like, why did this happen, or why did this happen, whatnot? Because every moment in life can change in the blink of an eye. So you have to know how to adjust. You have to know how to adjust. And if you can adjust to the environment or to a situation or whatnot, that's when you know that you have that survival instinct. Say, no, I'm going to make this. I'm not going to let this succumb me. I'm not going to let this conquer me. I'm not going to disgrace me. And this is all of my experience that I'm talking about through life. I mean, Dr. James, I just went through something in December that turned my whole life around. They turned my whole life, my world upside down. But I'm still grateful and still thankful that I know that this is a defining moment to where you can't tuck tail and run. You got to be fit for the battle. I don't care what you got, if you don't have a sword or whatever, just know what you have in your hand or what you have in your heart with faith will determine for you to go ahead and push forward, because everyday life has choices and consequences that we must face. And I'm telling you right now, if you don't face it now, the question is when.
That's what I'm talking about. How sweet it is, man. I love that answer, man. And so, Mr. Sonny, he's one of the strongest people I know. He's one of those people, man. He is always working. He's always either he's doing his job and he's doing his business. He takes care of family. He's always there for his family. I know that firsthand. And then anytime things happen to him, he still pushes forward, even though to the layperson, they would be like, oh, I got to stop. I got to tuck tail and run. Like he just said, he don't do that. And so that's why he's going to be special, because of he's already special. The key is he's going to persevere through the problem that he's going through now, through prayer, through God, and through his determination. Man, Mr. Sonny got it going on.
Hey, I'm saying, like I said, y'all just continue to keep me up before the throne.
Absolutely. Go ahead, Miss Ellen.
I like to see a little something about them open doors.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. You say, why should we keep these doors open, keep open doors? Sometimes we come into an opportunity to walk in the door, it might not be just for us. It may be for someone that's standing by us, or someone other person that we may know in particular that's looking for that open door. So, yeah, we want to keep the open doors, even doors that we've gone in and come out of or gone through. We want to keep it good so that opportunity may come up with someone. Could be a family member, could be a grandchild or a kid or a close friend. And that opportunity, because you have that door open, you can point them in that direction. So it's always good to maintain open doors.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
It's like not burning bridges that you cross.
Come on now. That's it. Watch out now.
But guys, we're going to have to take this commercial break. And when we come back, I know that Mr. Sonny has me some questions. So we'll be back right after this. The Journal, Part 1, Garcia Park.
This is your delivery care expert, Mr. Sonny. Are you tired of getting outboxed with heavyweight prices? Afraid they can come out your corner being knocked out? Well, fear not. This is welterweight delivery, where we labor with love. We specialize in hot shots in the DFW area, small to medium moves, living rooms, bedrooms, dining rooms, media rooms, all furniture, medium or small. Give us a call. Let's converse, not rehearse. No weight damage on your wallet or purse. Our contact information is 469-515-4172. Look us up on Facebook, Welterweight Delivery. Ask about our $50 referral fee. I know times are fickle and money can sometimes get tight, but Welterweight Delivery, we can make it all right. We want your business. We're up for a challenge. We take pride in our work here at Welterweight Delivery. Delivery with a smile. We will come to you. We will make a deal. We will make sure that you are simply satisfied, because we're all about customer service, doing what's best for the community. We want you to give us a call. We know that we will get your business, repetitious business. We're here to do it for the love of the community, the love of our fellow man. Welterweight Delivery. Give us a call. We love you with the love of the Lord. Welterweight Delivery. Let us make a way.
Hello, everyone. I am Dr. James, host of Dr. James McConnell's The Small Business Network, broadcasting live each week on Saturday at 1 p.m. from Fishbowl Radio Network Studios at Globe Life Park in Arlington, Texas. Log on to hear us talk about and feature small businesses and the life of a small business, the struggles, the triumphs, the daily operation, the grind of starting and running a small business. So be sure to log on each week on Saturday at 1 p.m. to catch Dr. James McConnell's The Small Business Network. Let's jump in.
How sweet it is. We are back. Dr. James McConnell's The Small Business Network. Mr. Sonny, it's your time, brother. I know you got some questions for me, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, Dr. James. I do. Let's talk about metaphysics. What is metaphysics?
All right.
I'm interested.
Metaphysics, man, y'all gonna love this. So metaphysics is the explanation of everything. Obviously, God made everything, and so what science tries to do is to explain. So metaphysics is the explanation of everything. It's the explanation of the universe, our bodies, our molecules, the being, what got us here. Of course, God did, but it explains everything. It's pretty much nature. It's everything. Metaphysics is the explanation of existence. That's really what the name is. It's the explanation of existence.
Sounds good. And so, does it help in therapy?
Oh man, it absolutely does, because once I'm able to relax a person's mind and they're able to kind of sometimes think about and then I say God because you got some people may not be a believer, which you hate that part of it, but you can't dictate what somebody believes. So when you're a believer, then it's easy to say, okay, God made all of this, all of us, and then this explanation of it. Why do you feel this way? What makes you feel this way? What part of your existence is making you feel the way that you're feeling right now? So it absolutely helps in therapy. Yes, sir.
Oh, yes. Well, let's talk about biorhythm. What is biorhythm?
Oh, man, you're going to love this one, man. Biorhythm.
Oh, yeah.
What is it? Well, biorhythm it's a cycle that we go through as far as our physical, emotion, our intellect. I think the physical has a 23-day cycle. Emotional is around 28 days, and intellectual is 33 days. What I mean by cycle is once we're born, we go through a cycle that you may or may not know about. It's a cycle that we go through, and you wonder why you every month or month and a half you go through the same changes, different changes all the time, and this is one of the reasons why.
So does it give you somewhat of a crystal ball?
Now that's what I want to get into next. So if you can understand your cycle, and anyone that is Googling right now, you can Google what is a biorhythm, and you'll see I'm kind of spot on. But if you're able to, okay, I want to make this sound simple. I don't want to sound like rocket science here. So your biorhythms, your emotion, your physical, your intelligence, and there's other things that go with it. It's always on a high and low. It's on a high and low, and it typically can be almost predicted. So if you use an app, I guarantee you, if you put in Biorhythm app, you can put your birthday in there, and it will give you the cycle that you're on. Everybody's cycle is different. So as you see your emotional high and low, and I bet you, Mr. Sonny, if you put yours in and you look back at the date this happened, you'll see where your emotion part, and it could be physical too, will be at a low, meaning it'll be under 0, right? When you're at a high, it's over 0. It's up to kind of whatever the number is, but it's over. When you're at a low, it's under that 0. So that app will kind of show you. So if you can look at that and kind of be like, dog, on this day is when I felt bad, and look at how this chart looks, you're going to be like, dog, really? How did it know that? Well, the key is if you want to be able to be able to, let's say, avoid certain things. Okay, now again, this is the closest we can get to a crystal ball. It's not a crystal ball. You can't predict the future, but you can somewhat predict certain things. This is what I mean. So if you see a date where it goes to 0, it's right at 0. You see physical. Now, physical can be the main, but let's say that all three are intersecting 0 on a Wednesday on this date. Well, what you want to do is, and again, it's the sun. If you go back and maybe put in somebody's birthday and you look back at that date, you may see it at 0 on that day. And so when it's at 0, and if you can look ahead actually, and you can say, on Tuesday this is going to be 0. Now it doesn't mean something bad's going to happen. It just means there's going to be, okay, when you intersect 0, the human can make errors. That means we're susceptible to what's the word? I don't want to say car wrecks, but accidents. Yeah. So when it intersects 0, we make errors, and it don't have to just be driving a car. It can be errors in judgment, errors in intellect, emotional errors. Those errors can cause a problem. And I'm going to give you a true story. There was a person that was reading this. Now, I don't read this daily. I read this once every month, and I just look at a couple of weeks, maybe. You know, I just kind of look at it. Just, you know, I don't go through it like gospel. I'm just looking at it. And if I see a zero somewhere, then I'll kind of mark it, and I'll kind of, you know, if nothing goes down that day, great. And if I'm going through something, then I'll kind of pay attention. It really helps you pay attention more. So this is a true story. There was this lady that was looking at this on a monthly basis, and she was getting ready to go on a family vacation. Come to find out, she saw that on her deal, on that day, it intersected zero, right? And she like, huh? So she put in her husband. His intersected zero. Put in both her kids. They intersected zero. So she thought about it. She said, huh, baby, let's change when we're leaving to the vacation. I know that we're supposed to leave on Thursday. Let's leave Friday. They changed it. And did you know that the airplane, it didn't crash, but it had a technical problem that caused it to start to go up, but then it kind of came back down, and it did injure like 20-some people. No one died, but she avoided that. She avoided it.
Wow.
Yeah, and so now in her case, she put everybody in to see what, you know, and to have every one of her family members intersect zero. And I know to some people I'm talking rocket science, but yeah, I'm trying to make it as clear as possible. But again, this tool is something that I don't look at daily. I'm not trying to, I don't want to, you know, it's just something I'll glance at once a month just to kind of look and see what's going on, and just kind of actually go back and say, on this day, I was kind of sad. Let me see how it looked. And I said, dog, it was low. Then on this day, I was kind of excited, and it was high. I'm like, man, I kind of like that. And anytime I see the intersecting of zero, I put down that date, and then on that day, I make sure my decisions are more focused on. Because it might be a decision, I'm just going to let my daughter drive today. I'm teaching her, and I'm going to let her drive today. But let's say on this day, it intersected zero. And I'm saying, today, let's not drive. Let's wait till tomorrow, because I'm teaching her how to drive, right? So, yeah, I just wanted to. So that's what that's about. I had to get in deep in that because that's something that I hadn't really talked about, and I thought that would be interesting.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Sounds
Very
good.
interesting.
Very, very insightful, very informative.
Cool.
Yes. So let's talk about the top 10 rules of success. What is rule number 1?
Rule number 1, top 10 rules of success. Let's see. The number 1 rule is to, let me remember the statement. The number 1 rule is to stay focused on your task. The number 1 rule is to stay focused. Now, before I say anything, Miss Helen and Mr. Sonny, I want to know y'all's opinion on focus. What do y'all think about that?
My opinion on focus is like a car. Once you focus, stay and drive.
Okay.
So you won't be distracted. That's just me. That's my opinion, but it works for me.
Okay. How about you, Miss Helen?
Stay focused.
Focus your business. If you don't focus, you get off the track. So that's the way I feel about that. You have to focus. You have to stay straight ahead. Focus. Keep your mind straight.
Okay. How about you, Miss Helen?
Yeah. Far as being a mother, school bus driver, a wife, a grandmother, you have to stay focused. If there's something in your life that you're endeavoring to do, you can't let all those other things distract you. Although you can deal with them or you cannot deal with them.
Come on now.
To keep your focus.
I love it. I love it. I love it. All right, Mr. Sonny, I'll let you go. So on my end of it, the number 1 rule here is to stay focused. Obviously, you can and there's a sub thing to it, and that's set your standards, right? You have to set your standards as far as what you want to reach, so setting your standards means when you set a standard. See, everyone wants to reach a goal. see, goals can sometimes change, but if you say, so just let me give you an example of setting your standards, okay? So when people say, I want to go and work out, I want my New Year resolution, my goal to be go work out, right? So what ends up happening is, most of the time we say that and then we don't do it. And well, you kind of figure that you ain't going to do it. So, so setting your goal, so setting a standard means doing a must. So what do you must do every day? So maybe you'll say that must is I have to brush my teeth every morning, or, or I need to take a shower, or whatever your must is, right? Everyone does their must. Everyone does their must, right? So anything you must do, I must pay my bills, or I'm not gonna have a shelter, right? I must pay my light bill, or my light's going off. So what I'm trying to say is you need to set your standards at must, to put everything in your business as a must. Let me give you another example. When you see a person that's in great shape, he works out. Or she works out, because you can look at how big they are, and they got a Coke bottle stomach, and you. So you ain't got. So if you go up there and say, "Do you work out?" You know what the answer's gonna be. Now I'm not talking about a person that you think might work out that's just slim. You don't know. You know what I'm talking about? Those people you can tell been hitting the weights. They stomach got a six pack.
Got the balls on their arms.
All right. So what they're doing? Listen to me closely. What they're doing is they are making working out a must in their life. It's a must. So they don't put it off because, I'm so busy, I've been doing, they don't do that. So having said that, the number one rule on top of focus is setting your standards, making your business and things in it a must. If you make it a must, then you'll follow through.
That sounds good, Dr. James. How do you use that rule?
So I guess how you use it, I did kind of get into it a little bit, but how do you use it is by pretty much anything you want to do that you need to do in business, you need to put it as something that you must do. It's a do or fail thing. I got to do it, I'm going to fail. If you can change your mindset and see it as a failure if you don't do it, and I'm failing, and I'm not going to be a business. Or if I do it, I'm gonna do great, and I'm going to be a business. If you turn it into a must, and how do you do it? It's to think of it as important as anything that you deem as important. Think of it as your bills. I got to go call this customer because if I don't, I'm going to lose my livelihood. You have to think of it that way. It's the only way to change that mindset into, well, I didn't do it yet. If you do that, then it's a goal now. It's not a must. It's still a goal, and goals are not always met. Isn't that awesome?
Yeah.
Man.
Wonderful.
Man, I guess what we're getting ready to do now is we're finna get ready to move into Mr. Spencer. Mr. Spencer, it's your time.
All right now.
But
what up?
But we're gonna get into Mr. Spencer right after this commercial break. So we'll be right back.
Hi, my name is Warren Campbell, and I have the opportunity today to give you some information that I think would be invaluable to you. I am part of an organization that every 2 or 3 months gives a presentation which presents income opportunities. It's called Money Making. So what we want to do is to get this information out to individuals who are indeed interested in doing just that, making money. So what I'd like to do is present an individual who is also going to give you some more information on that event. Dr. James, come in and let them know exactly what it is that they can expect once they come in.
Thank you, sir. Guys, this money-making event, like Mr. Campbell said, is every 2 to 3 months. No matter where you are in the bracket, as far as if you love where you're working, but you want to make extra money, let us help you. If you're working and you want to make a lot of extra money, we can help you. If you want to have your own business, we can help you. Whatever you desire, but this can be a life-changing event. And all we want to do is have you here to listen, okay? So, coming to this event, you don't have to worry about you need to go get something to eat and all that. Come to us. We'll feed you that day. We will feed you. 2, just for coming, we will give you either a $200 gift card or a tablet or more gifts just for coming. Let me say that one more time. I know maybe you didn't hear us, right? Just for coming, we're going to give you a $200 gift card or a tablet or other gifts just for coming to this event that you're going to be coming for anyway, just because you want to hear about how to make more money. So thanks for listening. Give us a call. Let us know if you want to get going. You can either call 469-765-5327, Dr. James, or call
972-965-1484, Warren Campbell.
And again, we're looking forward to getting this thing going.
Yes, indeed.
Have a good
Yeah, we revving it up. How sweet it is. We are back. Mr. Spencer, I know you ready, buddy. Let's talk. Let's talk about holidays. How often do you work on your business on holidays?
I treat holidays just like any other day. For me, holidays, it's just like any other day. I work on my business, and for the most part, depending on the holiday, especially something like Christmas or something like that, people spending money, they break themselves off trying to, buy whoever they're buying whatever items for. And sometimes, in your business, might be a great Christmas present is to start a new business, so they can either buy their own, whatever I have to offer. They can buy it for themselves or they can buy it for someone else.
Right.
So I treat it just like any other day.
Right. Okay. So which is your favorite holiday?
As far as holidays, I think maybe Thanksgiving. When you become an adult, when you were a kid, you used to love like holidays that you get things, gifts or whatever. So you so wishful, like, oh, I can't wait to open presents and stuff like that, like around Christmas. But probably Thanksgiving because you get to grub and spend time with family, and then you didn't try new dishes. So that's probably Thanksgiving. And it seemed like usually around the November months or December months, people are usually happier. It seemed like the energy changes around those times. So probably Thanksgiving, if anything.
Well, I like to say my favorite is Christmas. But Miss Elena Curry, I'd like to ask you, what is your favorite holiday, ma'am?
Actually, my favorite holiday is Thanksgiving. Because all family gets together on Thanksgiving.
That's what I'm talking about.
So that's my favorite holiday. My niece and nephews come down for Thanksgiving.
Really? So I think everybody's loving that day because it's so much food, huh?
yeah, so much food. Yeah, it's true.
That's what I'm talking about. And so I probably like Christmas more. But not for the purpose. But see, Christmas is really too much money being spent. So let me get that clear. Christmas is not my favorite as far as money is concerned, but it's my favorite as far as family time. Thanksgiving, you still got family. Christmas, I don't know. I guess if you see the kids happy, then it just it makes you kind of more happy. But money spent, it doesn't. I'm not excited about spending more money. So. And on holidays, I have worked on Christmas Eve. I've sold product on Christmas Eve. I've actually did some sales on Thanksgiving Day. So, like you just said, kind of, Mr. Spencer, holidays, that's okay, but if I can make money, I will.
Right. Thank you.
Come on now.
Let's get into motivating. What motivates you, Mr. Spencer?
Being able to wake up and take advantage of every opportunity that pretty much comes my way, especially as far as growth and learning more. And that's a super hyper motivational tool for me, is being able to learn new stuff. And this is a new year, so I don't think there's any such thing of not learning something or getting motivated to do something new. So every year I create new goals for myself. And I never really care for resolutions. I always get motivated by goals, and automatically will grow because I have new goals to set forth, and it makes me automatically a happier human being at the end of the day.
What inspires you?
Inspiring me is my vision, knowing what I want to do. Don't have no qualms about it. Unapologetic about it. Making sure, my inspiration can not only grow me, but grow other people as well. And being able to change for the better, you know what I mean? Like I'm getting, you know, when you get older in life, you have to try to set up your future so you can make your life as pleasant and you know as possible in your golden years instead of having to struggle. So for the most part, inspiring change for the better and getting better at whatever I choose to do or whatever I'm able to help with, that what inspires me. Basically the vision.
So end result, what's the end result you want for your business?
Be able to have it self-sustainable, being able to live off of it, being able to teach it, being able to help people grow as time goes on, and you know, just have no qualms about it. Just make sure everything is, you know, all the ducks are lined up in a row.
So how many years do you want for this result to happen?
Basically, really for a lifetime, to be honest. And there's always something that's a new thing or maybe a new technology to help us grow our businesses or whatever whatever endeavor we want to choose. So basically for the lifetime, for, you know, to infinity, till death do us part, pretty much.
Nice. So let's slide into our fashion design expert, Miss Helen. I know Miss Helen got some good topics here. Let's start with memories. What are some of your first memories of having your business?
Well, some of my first memories of having my own business. I guess I may have been about 17, maybe even 20, when I really began to think about having my own business. Because my mom, she had what you would say a business in her home. But my vision went beyond having a business at home. So I was probably about 20. And my vision was to have one of these stores that I walk in all the time and be buying stuff from.
Right. So is being a fashion expert your main idea for a business?
No, not exactly. My idea for business was to be able to help somebody. I had, as a young person, 3 different goals that I wanted to do, accomplish in business, was to have a business, a family business that produced family entertainment or gatherings or social events. The second one was I was very into numbers as a kid in high school. I was real good with figures and stuff, and I always thought I might have a public accounting service.
Man.
And the third one was to have a boutique or something with my name on it, with designs in there that I've designed, clothing.
Nice. So holidays again. So how did you see yourself in business doing this holidays, dream-wise?
Well, I would dream of being in business, going back to when I first thought about being in business or accomplishing a business. I would dream about how I would help other people, how I would give people employment, how that people would go around calling my name. I thought these are Helen Fashions. I just who made that? That's great. How are you? Those types of things are what I would dream about being in business when I was very young.
That's what I'm talking about. So have you arrived yet?
No, but I'm on my way. I have accomplished some of those things, and I'm excited about what I have done and accomplished, going back to talking about how Sonny was saying, keeping doors open and just walking indoors and it's almost it's life for me to be able to create a design, to come and somebody tell me their vision and I can make it happen. And it even gives me awe. I'm like, oh, I did that? You know, and it's just the creativity that excites me and keeps me interested in wanting to do the business and to continue till I reach the point that I really want to reach.
That's what I'm talking about.
And that is having a business that, like you say, sustains itself and helps somebody else. I can employ some people.
So let's slide into vibes. How do you feel about where you are now and the thing you have accomplished?
Yeah, I kind of got into that. But yeah, I feel good. I feel good about where I am. I take and do a check, you know, on myself and stay focused and looking at the things. Am I still on track? Am I, you know, and you just have to stay mindful of the things that you desire and looking at those and not looking at the fact that it could be too late. Oh, I done waited too long. It's like Sonny said, he done over 50 jobs in his life. And all of them, he's tucking away something from it. He's taking away something that encourages him or keeps him motivated or keeps him going or moving. And I feel that's how I am and where I am in my position right now. So I just want to keep it moving.
So do you believe that things are shifting, you know, are changing, good or bad?
Yes, I see things shifting because you come up, as you grow and mature, things are obviously going to change, just like you was talking about in the biorhythm. You know, we're evolving every day, and it has a lot to do with the vibe. When you were talking about the biorhythm, I thought about the vibe. Sometimes you can just feel. Some people call it instinct, and that's what I get from the vibes. You can pick up on different feelings and thoughts and ways because of your experience and where you may have already gone or come from. So they can be good, they can be bad. And when they can be bad, you can say, I made it through it, or you can kind of get into a conversation and you can find out what that bad vibe is coming from, and you can put a change to it. You can make it better.
Awesome.
And so, and I just call it life.
I love it. How sweet it is. Guys, we have reached the end of our show. Thank the audience for tuning in, watching, and listening. And we will see you guys next week, same time, same channel. And you guys have a great Saturday. Be blessed. We'll see you next time on Dr. James McConnell's The Small Business Network.
Peace out. Love.
To the Small Business Network Show. Welcome to Dr. James.